Hey guys, this is ggurface and I'll be talking about a game between HuK and MorroW. MorroW is spawning as the blue Terran player at the lower left hand corner, and HuK is spawning as the red Protoss player at the upper right hand corner. The map is Steppes of War. It's a relatively small map as it is a one-on-one map, and currently the players are having a little discussion about the map selection for this tournament or for this series, about how it's a little bit unbalanced for certain races, specifically Terran and Protoss on specific maps such as Blistering Sands. A viewer asked if MorroW, this mouse MorroW person, whether or not he was the same person who beat out Hydra, and yes he was. He was the one who beat him out at the Intel Extreme Masters, the IEM Finals. Those games are good to watch. If you haven't seen them, I do have them uploaded. You can check those out. They sparked a good bit of discussion about imbalances between Terran and Zerg, and this probe is coming out to harass, and he does not prevent the barracks from going down, but he will harass the SCV that's currently building it. So the discussion was about certain units and certain builds against Zerg, whether or not it was fair or if it was possible to defend at that time. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely see what all the talk is about. And right now a gate and a extractor is going up and barracks is going up, but no refinery has gone down just yet. This probe still being very, very annoying inside the base of the Terran player MorroW, and he has not been able to deal with this probe just yet. He did pull 2 SCV off the line for quite a bit, and did a little bit economical damage, probably like worth 1 or 2 or 5, 10 minerals. A Zealot is being trained at the moment as the orbital command has gone down, and a Marine is going to be coming out, and I think now would be a good time for HuK to pull his probe out if he doesn't want to lose it to a Marine, and the Marine's about to come out, and he does run the probe out. Is he going to run it out all the way? It does appear he's going to be running it out all the way, and one Zealot has come out, and a second Zealot is being chrono boosted, and this Zealot is going to take one whack at the SCV and be on his way, and this Marine is chasing this fully recharged shield probe, and the probe is going to run through these things, and a bunker is actually going down for MorroW, as he did see that chrono boost on those Zealots at the moment, and one probe is still inside the base. A Zealot is going to come in, and this Zealot might be able to do some damage. This is a not very well positioned bunker, as he can still hit some SCVs in the back if he just goes around it. And there are 3 Marines here, and this one Zealot's going to go for the SCV that's building the supply depot, and he will gut it. Those Marines actually went in the bunker, and the bunkers was kind of not in range, and the Zealot did kill off 3 SCVs, 1 on the way, 2 inside the base, and he has forced MorroW to build bunkers and additional Marines that he might or might not want to do. A second bunker is going up at the moment. I mean, a second barracks is going up, and this bunker he might want to salvage, or maybe not salvage. These Zealots or Zealots are going to work on these rocks in the back, and a second bunker is going up for MorroW. Very, very good play by HuK so far, as he has forced MorroW to get a couple of more units, invest a little bit more in structures he might not have otherwise built by himself. Warp Gate is currently being researched and not chrono boosted, as the chrono boost was spent on the Zealots. And these guys still working on these destructible rocks, while MorroW has beginning production of the Reapers. The Reaper is a very, very good and versatile unit because it traverses the terrain very, very quickly, and it will probably give him valuable information, scouting information, if he wants. And the robotics bay is going up at the moment for HuK. And if we take a look at each player's maps, we can see that HuK does not know about this barrack or this factory, and MorroW has not yet scanned, or maybe he does not want to scan. And these rocks are almost going down, not quite yet, and we do see a reactor coming up next to the barracks, as well as a factory and a starport coming out. With a good number of Marines, he feels relatively comfortable, and MorroW is actually going to push out. This Reaper is going to scan the map for any hidden pylons or units, and he does not find any just yet. This bunker is still active inside the base of MorroW, and we do see STEM is currently being researched, as the first Marauder is currently being built. Observer, as well as some Zealots being warped in at the moment. You always want to keep a sentry around the ramp, because you want a force field near the bottom of the ramp, so you'll be able to cut off the forces of your enemy in half or a third or a fourth or some sort of fraction that is less than 100%. And will this Reaper leap up? No, he's not going to choose to leap up, and this Observer has finished building, and he's gonna see exactly what's gonna go on inside MorroW's base when he gets there. Only 2 gates so far. A 3rd gate is going up for HuK, and both players are content to just build up their armies, neither expanding at the moment. They're probably thinking about it, but not quite yet. Stem pack and a medevac is coming out, and he has seen an SCV come his way, so he will try and take that SCV out, and he will take that SCV out. Observer coming into the base of MorroW, and let's see what HuK sees at the moment. He sees the bunker. He hasn't yet spotted the factory or the starport yet. He has spotted the starport, and now he's going to be able to see exactly what kind of tech MorroW has gone for, and in response he has thrown down a Twilight Council as well as start production on the Immortal. Both players very, very close in the number of harvesters, 30 to 30, almost exactly the same number as it was just 30 and 29 a second ago. Marine coming out, checking out if there's anything directly outside his base. There is nothing currently, and we do see a very good mix of Marine Marauder and Medevacs. And this Reaper coming in once again. Maybe he's gonna have enough. Nope, he does not want to go up and check the base. He just wants to make sure he does not have an expansion just yet. Both players, I think, quite aware of each other's unit mix at the moment, is perfectly making the good counters for each other, and this Reaper is still going back and forth checking if the expansion has gone up, and it has not. This observer watching, this observer was able to see those units loaded up into those medevacs, and I think he's going to be watching carefully where those medevacs are going to go. And yes, he does. He's going to watch the path of these medevacs, and he's probably going to move his troops in position to intercept for a potential drop inside his base, as Zealot Legs is currently being researched, and these stalkers are getting into position to intercept the 2 medevacs. We do see siege tank tech is being researched at the moment, and this Reaper is still going back and forth. This Reaper has been worth his costs in minerals and gas because it gives him constant information on whether or not your opponent has gotten an expansion. Here we see the stalkers. Are they going to be able to pick off the medevac? And yes, he takes off 1 medevac, but at the cost of 2 stalkers, and these Zealots are coming in to engage, but they're going to get picked up by the medevac, and they're going to retreat all the way back. Siege tech almost complete at the moment as additional stalkers are being warped in. The Zealot Legs has finished, and now we're back inside the base of MorroW, and this observer is going to go down as he has gotten a Raven, a very good detector. Seeing exactly the layout of MorroW's base with the positioning of the tank, HuK has decided to go back and maybe expand. Yes, he's going to expand, and I think as soon as MorroW sees the expansion has gone up for HuK, he will expand himself as well. We do see Templar Archive going down as he probably wants Storm for the heavy number of infantry he has just witnessed, and we do see an additional observer being built at the moment as the first observer was killed off by the Raven and the Marine fire. Command center going down, about to finish, whereas the Nexus is almost finished. The command center lifting and going into the base of the natural expansion directly outside the base of MorroW. A bunker as well as maybe a missile turret coming up. We do see a large amount of Zealots and Stalkers at the moment as the first 1 Templar is being warped in. Storm being researched. Storm has not yet been complete, and that Templar is a little bit useless right now. He probably wants the chrono boost. Yes, he's chrono boosting the Storm's research, and another observer goes down to the great positioning of the Raven. Maybe he realizes that his opponent has lost 200 gas unnecessarily. He's gonna be a little bit aggressive and push out and take control of the middle of the map, as this Reaper is not actually on the tower. He's just hiding right next to the tower in the bushes. The probe count, the harvester count, slightly in favor of MorroW at the moment, as HuK has spent a lot of his money on observers and research, and MorroW has scanned, and he will see that there is one Templar, just 1 Templar at the moment for HuK. HuK thinking about getting another expansion, maybe no, just a proxy pylon outside his base to come in from the rear if he wants to. Very, very good unit mix.